Nicole Scott here from Mobile Geeks, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Sony Xperia Z5. I got to spend 4 weeks with this smartphone, and as a Sony fangirl, I can say there is a lot to love. But in the same breath, the phone did break my heart just a little bit. This Mobile Geeks video is powered by Asus. As a fan of the Xperia line, I get that they stuck with the same design language. They fixed the glossy back, giving it a frosty, more refined look and feel, and they left the Sony logo a little bit shiny. Unfortunately, that's where my love of their branding ends. The indented Xperia logo on the side doesn't serve any reason, and since it's recessed, it's going to get dirty. I've actually been calling it the Ebola zone. But I guess since it is waterproof, you can just watch. The bezel is still big. If you're going to keep the same look, you need to at least keep up with the Joneses. Curved displays and super thin bezels are all the rage, and if Sony is just going to refine the handset, the screen-to-body ratio should have been better. It also creaks a little bit, which doesn't make me feel that good about how sturdy the phone might be. They kept the 1080p display, which I approve of, and it's even nice and bright, but it has shitty viewing angles that aren't very wide. The brightness and coding are fine for outdoor viewing, but the panel quality really should have been better. The battery life also isn't where it used to be. The Z2 and 3 were shocking beasts. As a heavy user, I could go a full day, and if I was moderate, definitely 2. That's what I loved most about the Sony Xperia line. But the Z5 just isn't living up to the Xperia name. I don't feel confident going out for a late one without topping up my phone. It feels like it will get me through the day, but not every day. It feels like it'll get me through most days, but not all days. Having said that, this seems to be the trend with a lot of phones right now. They come with fast charging instead of banging battery life. Personally, I'll take battery life over quick charge, but actually, you know what? I kind of want both. Maybe next year. Another thing that could have been improved is camera and the heat sink. Xperias have always run hot, so don't think it's going to get much better, especially since they've gone with the Snapdragon 810. The camera quality is good. Well, actually it's great, but they could still use a bit of tuning in low light because the noise reduction technology does need some work. Overall, the performance is good enough. The 0.03 second autofocus is fast, and it's most noticeable when taking videos. That kind of pulse issue that you get with a lot of other devices, like say the Galaxy series, this doesn't happen there. So if you're big on video, this is the phone that would creep to the top of my list, even though it doesn't have optical image stabilization. It still kind of feels like it does. Add in a fast and accurate fingerprint sensor. This is a great call, and I love that it's on the side. I love it, but apparently it's easier if you have smaller mid-sized hands. People with bigger hands have complained that it's not quite as easy to manage. You also still have to get used to the fact that you have to push the button to scan your finger. Some others just let you press your finger on it and it recognizes it to unlock. When you look at the fact that this is waterproof, has a micro SD card slot, and DCHX technology, which helps to upscale low-resolution audio, there are some really nice high-end surprises tucked away on this 5.2-inch handset. So there is one thing that I have to admit. Because I got to spend 4 weeks with the Z5, it means that I have an early production unit. Battery life is likely going to be affected. The thing is, this size milliampere battery with a Snapdragon 810 processor usually leads to average battery life, meaning you can get through the day as long as you're not having a big one. Like I said in the review, I do need to top up if I'm going to go out in the evening. So what do I love about the Z5? Well, it's waterproof, it has a half-decent camera. I like the Xperia design, but I do wish that they had smaller bezels, that they put in a better display, that it had better battery life. When you look at the competition on the market, it's just getting fierce, and this phone is a little bit too expensive for what you can get. So, as much as I love Sony, I do have to say that I think they could have done a better job on this phone. But if you have an Xperia and you're looking to upgrade, you won't be disappointed. You will love this as much as you love your current phone. So I'm Nicole Scott from Mobile Geeks. If you liked this review, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments because I'm still using this phone and I can always try out some new things.